channel in my uni room. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this dress right here with my big bell sleeves. It's just a little mini denim dress, as you've just seen. It's got boobs. It's got bust shaping, it's got waist shaping, it's got bias bound edges, it's got a zip in the back. It's all good. It's, I'm not going to say an easy project, because it's not like just a simple no shape kind of dress. It has got shape to it, so it is a little bit harder, but it's still a beginner project. Like, you don't have to bias bind the edges, you can always just hem it. Like I've done on the bottom, I've done a jean hem on the hem, and then bias bound on the edges and on the neck. So it's completely customizable. You can change how long you want the sleeves to be, you can change how long you want the dress to be, so it's completely up to you. I've used 2 meters of this, but I had to fiddle around with my patterns a little bit, so 2.25 meters or maybe 2.5 meters would probably be better. This is a lightweight denim that I got from work, and I've used white thread, so you should be okay. And if you want to see how I made this dress, then please keep on watching. So the next step is to put in your notches and your darts on your front piece. So this is my dart right here, and as you can see, I've already clicked in my notches, just so I know where it goes. And then to mark it, and I like to work one pattern piece at a time. So I'm going to start on my front, and then when I need my back, that's when I'll take my pattern pieces off my back. So next we're going to pin in our dart. So you're going to open up your dress front, and this is the right side here. So we're going to pinch it along this line, this center notch, up to that point, and make sure that those two notches meet there. And then, so I'm gonna pop a pin in towards where I've marked it there, and then put a pin there, so that I can see that both of my notches are matching up there. And I'm only going to use 2. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So the next part of making our dress, we're going to sew in our darts. So I've pinned it here. If you're really that new to sewing darts, then you can do a line from the point over there to your notches over there, and then that helps you stay straight. But I'm just going to freehand it. So I'm going to put that under the machine, and then you might not be able to see it. I just like to match up my needle with my mark. I'm going to take that pin out and then line it up the rest. Place your foot down, and then just slowly, a couple of stitches forward, a few stitches back, and then you go straight to your point, and then this just brings in so take out that pin. There we go, and then cut the thread, and then there's your first. So I'm just going to do the other one on the other side now. So this is what the inside of your dress would look like so far. So we've got one dart there, now we've got one dart there. So now you can lay that aside. And the next pattern piece we want is the back. So I'm going to put in a zip as my centre back closure instead. So I'm gonna get out my overlocker and... Okay, so this is an overlocker if you've never used one before. It's 4 threads. Oh, so it should actually be tucked behind there. It's 4 threads and it binds the raw edges of your fabric so that they don't break. And I'm going to be using it for the raw edges in my centre back and in my side seams. So this right here, so this is my overlocked edge. As you can see, nice and neat. It's just, if anything, it's just a little bit too tight, so I will adjust the tension on that. And I'm just going to go and do the other side now. Okay, so I've got my 2 back pieces, which are right sides up, so you can see this is my centre back seam that's been overlocked, this is the wrong side, and then this top bit is the right side. So I'm going to take my one side, it doesn't matter, either one, and I'm just going to unzip my zipper a little bit. And then I'm going to take, so I like to use the method of installing an invisible zip when I put in any zip, because I just find it easy for me. So I'm going to take that and then I'm just going to turn that raw edge over, or rather turn the zip over, sorry. Match it up. And then match it up with that raw edge there, or rather with the raw edge that we've just locked. I'm going to pin that. Don't need a long zipper, probably just a 7-inch, 8-inch zip will do. I think this one's a 28, no that's a lie, 22-inch, because I was going to use it for a jumpsuit. Or like a boiler suit, this denim, but then, you know, decided to be girly and choose a dress. So I've just put in a couple of pins, and then when we zip it up, once it's sewn in, the raw edge will just sit over it like that. So that'll look nice and neat. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew that now. So the next part of sewing up our dress will be sewing up this back seam here, because obviously you don't want to have your buttocks flying out about in the wind, especially not in this English weather. Bring them and do right sides together. Just roughly bring that together, and then you can sort of see how it's sitting. So obviously the zip will make it sit quite obviously like in line, so I'm just going to pull that zip out of the way and then match. I see my edges underneath, so right about there. And then I'm just going to pin my edges together because we now need to sew this. And now, take you back over here. I can open that up. And you can see that we have a nice sewn back. So we now have the back panel. Take my front piece now. I'm going to put right sides together. So, and this dress looks massive. So, where we've notched on our shoulder seams, we're going to match the notches side buttons. So this is a sleeve. So what I've done on this one, I've measured from the point of my shoulder to about my elbow, and that's how long I've made my sleeve, because obviously like bell or flounce is gonna come down from my elbow to a wrist. So what you want to do on this one, so there's a little notch here. Don't know whether you can see it. There's a little notch here, and that's saying that it's your front. So your front will always have one notch. So I'm just gonna put that in there. And then there'll always be a notch at the top, so that'll be shoulder seam. And there's always two notches to show that it's your back. So I'm just gonna notch those in right there. There we are. And then now we're ready to take this pattern off. And then, so obviously we've got our wrong side and we have our right sides together. So we're gonna take those apart and we're gonna do right sides together on there. So I'm just gonna take that and I'm gonna put one pin so you can see, might help. So I'm gonna take one pin at the bottom there, one pin at the top there, and then one in the middle there. And then I'm going to do the same on the other sleeve. Okay, edges together. And then one pin there. Another pin there. And then final pin there. So they're ready to sew. And then you're going to get your sleeve, your flounces. We've got 1, 2 short ones, and then 1, 2 taller ones, so you can see the difference. Those two are longer. Then we've got, so all 4 of these edges here need sewing, and then these 2 edges here need sewing on our sleeves. So arms through the little one, grab the big one, pull it through. And then match your seam allowances. Put a pin through your seam allowances. Make sure it's level all the way around, and then pin in the back, pin in a 1/4, and then pin at the other 1/4. There we are. So then you should have 2. They've got 2 layers on. So the next part is you're then going to gather it so that that fits into that. So it's gonna match up. The reason why I've got this seam here so they're both together is so that this seam matches this seam, just because it looks nicer when your seams match. So I'm just gonna take this and then I'm gonna flick it over. So I've got right side of my belt to the right side of my sleeve. I'm gonna match that seam allowance again. Okay, so I've pinned all around the sleeve and I've gathered it, so the next part is to sew it, and I've sewn. Now that that is sewn, we can turn our sleeve right sides out, and it should look something like this. So the next part now will be putting our sleeves into our dress. So there's my right sides, and then on your sleeve head you should have one notch on one side, and then on the other side you should have two notches. So two notches like this means it's your back. So I lay it down like that. So I can see that because this side has one notch, this is the front, so this is the sleeve for this side. I'm just going to work with one at a time. So I'm going to get my underarm seam there and make sure it's pointing towards the back. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab my shirt, make sure my seam's pointing the same way, put them together, and I'm going to pin them. I'm going to reach inside my dress, grab this, I'm going to pull my dress over my sleeve, so that I'm now looking at the inside. And then I'm just going to, so there's another notch at the top, and that matches up with your seam allowance, which points towards the back. So now I'm just going to pin all the way around, and then I'm going to sew all the way around, and then I'm going to overlock all the way around on both sleeves.